And then I go to speaker. All right. Welcome, everybody. Beautiful ladies, as my wife would say. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. And it's November 1st. Get into the holidays. I wanted to start today by telling you guys a story. So once upon a week ago, actually, I did a triathlon. We got up to St. George area, and forgive me for closing my eyes because I'm trying to visualize and put myself back there. But we got there Friday evening. Our kids were crazy. We all slept in one room, and my 1-year-old was a mess. And it was an adventure of a night, the night before the triathlon. Morning of, I had borrowed a neighbor's bike. This is my first triathlon, sprint triathlon, mind you. And I borrowed a neighbor's bike, and it was actually my first time riding his road bike. I rode the bike in the parking lot of our hotel, make sure I knew what I was doing, kind of. And it was filling the anticipation, excitement of doing this thing. And Bryn and the kids dropped me off. Still dark outside, and I didn't really, the process of the wetsuit and setting up the bike and my running shoes and all that was very foreign. Didn't know what I was doing really. I talked to people and at the setup station, and they kind of guided me what to do. Race started at 8 a.m. and this is like 6:30. I get there at 6:30 and get all set up. The anticipation, the hype, more people are starting to come. It's getting real. They're playing energetic music, and then they make the announcements of when the waves are gonna start. They start with the males 29 and under, and then I'm a part of the second wave, so we had to start 10 minutes after. So we all make our way down to the dock of where we're gonna jump into the frigid, cold Quail Creek. And some of the guys are getting in the water, right? And I'm like, that doesn't sound smart to me. But one of the guys he was just like, you should get in, open up your wetsuit, get acclimated to the freezing water, and it'll help you. And so I did, and I'm freezing. And the times, the first wave goes, and it's all exciting and whatnot. All the families are standing around on the bank, and then us older guys, 30 and older, we make our way onto the platform, and 5 minutes to go. And again, the anticipation, we put our goggles on. It's I high five a couple people, and it's go time, right? I get up to, I like scoot my way to the mid area of the group, get on the edge. I'm gonna jump in first. I'm gonna dive in. I'm all excited. I'm pretty confident as a swimmer. I've swam all my life. I didn't really train for this like at all, but I'm a confident swimmer, so I'm gonna do this, right? And so the buzzer goes off and we all jump in, we all dive in. And it's all, everyone's splashing, you can't see anything in the water. I'm just 1, 2, 3, 4 strokes, take a breath. 1, 2, 3, 4 strokes, take a breath. And the water isn't quite as cold as I anticipated, but it's starting to get colder on my face. And I don't really, like, my body's fine. Like, my arms are fine, my hands are fine, but my face is just freezing. And I start to like lose breath. And so I'm starting to go, 1, 2, oh, I can't breathe. I go and take a breath. And I'm on my way to the first buoy. And there's 2 buoys. It's a triangle pattern, and we make our way back to the dock. I'm like not even halfway to the first buoy, and I'm out of breath. I'm not even sure what I'm doing, and I'm like, shiz, am I even able to do this? I don't know if I can do this. And I'm looking up at the sky. It's beautiful. And I'm like, no, I am awesome. I'm going to do this. And I didn't know what stroke I was doing. I went back and forth between different strokes. And I just focused on breathing and taking my time, not looking around me and seeing where I was compared to everyone else. And I made it to the first buoy, and I was like, yes, I can do this. Even though it's hard, very hard, I can barely breathe. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it. Anyway, I get to the second buoy. I'm 2/3 the way through. Same story. I make it through the swim. The swim was the hardest part of the triathlon. Triathlon was awesome. Biking, running at the end, it was awesome. So the reason I tell you that story is because we're coming into the holiday season, right? And from a nutritional health standpoint, mentally, emotionally, physically, this is a hard time of the year, right? We tell ourselves that. But there's a few things that I think we can focus on to help us make this holiday season a success. And going back to this story, it is being present when it is hard, focusing on being present and not looking around myself at all the other swimmers, at how I'm getting smoked by some guys who are legit. Focusing on breathing and on telling myself I'm awesome, that I can do this. And you know what? We made it through Halloween. All of you guys that are on here, you've already made it through the first leg of this triathlon, of this holiday triathlon, right? We made it through Halloween. It wasn't perfect, right? I'm sure a lot of you had candy. I did. I know I did, and probably ate more than I should have. But I'm committed to my journey and to making the rest of the year awesome. So I'm going to show up. I'm going to plug in, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep breathing, right? So a couple things I'm going to pull from are Jon Acuff's book, Start. So, well, Start and Finish, if you read both of his books. But the most important day in achieving a goal and the journey of achieving a goal is the day after perfect, right? And I think this is awesome for, being the day after Halloween. But are we throwing in the towel? He says, might as well, the phrase might as well should be a red flag, right? Might as well eat all my kids' candy this week so they don't have to eat it. Might as well, I've already messed up Halloween, might as well just give Thanksgiving and Christmas is going to be that much worse. So might as well not plug in, might as well not track what I'm eating, might as well not get on the scale so I don't feel shame and be accountable, right? So watch out for those might as wells. Okay. That is the white flag of perfectionism. But what is the opposite of perfectionism? A lot of times we think it is failure, but it's not. Opposite of perfectionism or perfection is finished, as he says. So he says, in hard times and we're facing a goal, the day after perfect, we have two doors that we stand before. We can go through the perfection door, or which leads to a brick wall of frustration, shame, and incomplete hopes. Or we can walk through the door of finished, which leads to untold adventures, opportunities, and stories, right? So this is the day after perfect, and we can use this tool with us throughout the rest of the holidays, that we can enjoy. We can truly enjoy the holidays and be present and still achieve our health and nutrition goals, right? They are not mutually exclusive. And I think that's often what we get so caught up in, right? Is the stress and all the places we got to go, all the people we got to see, the family, the family drama that happens in the holidays, right? The gifts, making, for me, it's this awesome idea to make a gift that I've procrastinated until, the week before. And I'm just scrambling to make this awesome idea of a gift. And then I'm just stressed on my mind. I'm taken out of the present, and it just ruins the moment, right? Anyway, so give yourself grace, let go of perfectionism, and the day after perfect is very important. Okay, then back in start. So we have the holidays, health, nutrition goals. There's tension, right? Perceived tension. I think a lot of times our perceptions are wrong. So John says, so we love complex problems. He has a story that he starts out this with, but I won't go into that. But he says we love complex problems and are terrified of simple solutions. We tend to add complexities to our challenges because if the problem is simple to solve, then we have to change, and change is scary. So when faced with a challenge we really don't want to fix, we tend to overcomplicate the issues. When we're there, we fire up the fog machine. Rather than edit our lives, start to make decisions, we cloud our path and pretend there's a fog of complexity in the way. How can we possibly be expected to make any progress in the holiday season, right? It's dangerous to even go out in the night like this. Maybe this whole awesome thing was a mistake, and we should head back to the familiar road of average. So we retreat back to what we've always known. There is a suffocating comfort to it all. Right? There's definitely a suffocating nature to the holidays. It's real. We've all experienced that. It's stressful, and it can be overcome. So what's the simple solution to it? And I think the simple solution might be different for all of us. For me, one of the simple solutions that I have come up with that have helped me over the past couple months is simply to celebrate the small wins. Every night in my planner, I have a wins column, and I think I've shared this with you guys before. But I simply reflect on my day and I write down my small wins. and they add up. There's a lot of things I don't accomplish and I don't get finished, but I don't mull on those at the end of my day. I focus on my small wins. And I think if we, going back to my swimming analogy, it was one stroke at a time, one stroke at a time. And saying, like, I'm not kidding. Going through this nasty water, like saying I am awesome out loud was it sounds like oversimplified or over glorified, but it really helped. Like saying that out loud while I'm swimming, while I'm catching my breath, taking a minute, it really helped me get through. And so if we can celebrate the little things that we do each and every day, then that can help us overcome the hard, more emotional, social environments that derail us from our health and fitness and nutritional goals throughout the holidays, right? So he says, and I ask you guys the same question, in visualizing the day after Christmas, December 31st, are you going to ask yourself, how did I get here? With a question mark, or what happened? Or is it gonna be a statement of how did I get here? And reflecting on all the small wins that got you to that place after the holidays. So it's a simple shift in a question mark versus an exclamation mark, a statement, right? Anyway, I think that's powerful. Focus on the small things. Treat yourself well, be present, and find joy in this holiday season, in your nutrition, and in the season itself, and be with your family and loved ones, and all that entails. So yeah, I can't remember how I'm supposed to end this, but you guys are awesome. And I will, I guess we ask a question, right?
You can stop the recording first and then we'll do that part.